Hello, everybody, and welcome to another podcast. We thank you so much for watching our review today. What are we reviewing today, Rianne? Camera change.
Yellowstone.
Camera change. Yellowstone.
Okay.
Camera change.
Okay. You know what?
Dogs.
No. This is not going to work for me if
Okay,
you keep
well,
doing that.
Don't worry. I can flip through back and forth. I can flip through back and forth without saying camera change. I promise.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, I promise.
Okay. I think you're too excited about this camera change thing.
You have no idea how excited I am. Like, we actually have decent cameras now. We have 3 of them now. Actually, I want a 4th one because I want a dog camera now.
No.
No? You don't want a 4th
Oh
camera?
my gosh.
No?
You're out of control.
I'm not out of control. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tell you what. Hold on.
Yes?
I'm afraid my hair looks... No.
What? What's wrong?
I
Dogs. What are
I-
the dogs doing?
I dropped my phone.
Oh. Well, it looks like Boomer's trying to help, but it's not food, so I don't think he's going to touch it.
He only cares if it's food. Boomer. Come on. Oh, Starbuck gets it. Bang.
They're such good doggies.
Bang. Oh, you are so cheap. Ugh. I was trying to help you be impressive.
I'm going to move your camera just a little bit.
Oh, he is doing like the snaggle tooth. Wait, why are you moving my camera?
So I want you front and center.
No. Oh.
I forgot to center you. I'm sorry. I apologize. So for those who are only listening, we actually got cameras now. So when we put these up on YouTube, you'll actually see us now, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
More than just a podcast.
Oh my gosh. I can't even with you right now.
So, sweetie, we've been binge watching a show because we really like it.
Okay, you want to know how I got turned on to the show?
How'd you get turned on to the show?
Flippin' TikTok.
Really? That's how you found out about it?
Well, so I had known that it was a show. Okay. But I hadn't participated for the first 3 seasons. And then when season 4 came out, I started seeing all these TikToks of people like dressing up like all the characters and doing like premiere parties and like then clips from the actual show started showing up on TikTok and like Be a Rip and blah blah blah, like all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, what is going on? What is this? And then a few people talked about it at work, but it was mainly TikTok. So yeah, I started season 1, episode 1. And then I made you join. And you were so hesitant.
I was so hesitant. I was like, what is this nonsense? Why are we starting a new show? Like, we already started Sons of Anarchy. That we knew that The Witcher was coming out soon, so we breezed through Witcher season 1.
Well, you did.
Well,
I fell asleep several episodes, so I'm still trying to remember.
Yeah, but at least we're getting through it because I know eventually we're going to want to do a review on Witcher season 2, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got me hooked into it. Pretty much since season 2, I was just like, okay, I kind of like this. It's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. Take it off me. I don't want to be on camera right now.
You're going to be on camera either way.
I know. Why? Can't we fix that camera so it's not on me?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but what?
This will be kind of nice because then we'll be able to see you and we'll be able to see Mr. Alakai once we can get him to come back after he's working hard up at the ski resort.
Yeah.
But he's really excited to come back and doing like Witcher, Sons of Anarchy.
Dude, I bet he's engaged by the time he comes down.
Maybe. I mean, a lot of fun stuff going on in the dating realm for him, which is pretty exciting. I'm happy for him.
She's super cute.
Oh, and she's super nice. Yeah. So, Yellowstone.
So-
Spoilers, everybody.
Season 1 was kind of weird for me. Like, I was like, okay, I can kind of see it. I didn't like that it started literally with killing a horse.
Yeah,
I
was really sad.
almost didn't watch it because of that.
Oh yeah, you're very emotional when it comes to animals being harmed in film.
Especially
series.
horses.
Yeah.
Especially horses. Anyway, so we watched season 1 and we're like, oh my gosh, this is ruthless. And then season 2 started and who was the bad guy? So I know like he's fighting the tribe and the land, the California guy coming in trying to build a resort. So they fight, but at the end that was kind of a resolution.
Here, I'll look it up.
Oh no, then I remember. Then those other ranchers who played like way hardball were coming in and they like poisoned his cows and kidnapped his grandson and everything. So that was intense. But I'd like to talk about the characters.
All right, hold on one second. I looked it up. So, of course I'm not clicked on my OBS. So in the first season, our kind of pseudo bad guys was obviously Thomas Rainwater and Dan Jenkins. So Dan Jenkins was the other guy that's trying to build hotels and casino with Thomas Rainwater.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take me a minute to get used to this. I'm excited, though.
So let's talk about the characters. Beth. Holy crap.
Streaming.
Sorry.
What are you doing? Jacob. Hey, are we doing this or what? What are
Yeah.
you doing over there?
Yeah.
It's weird because I don't feel like you're engaging with me. I feel like you're on the website more than you're.
Well, what's really nice about this is I can flip through IMDb. I can find different things that would remind us of the different plots, points in the series and stuff. I just want to be able to grab that to kind of help us remember if we need it.
So what was your first impression of Beth?
Well, season 1, I was just like, wow, this person is very scary when she puts her mind to things. Especially when it comes to protecting what her father wants. And she's willing to do pretty much anything. And that's, she's kind of like the scary Spice of the Spice Girls.
Oh, she's so much worse. No, this is what happened.
But she's tough, but she's beautiful and yeah.
Yeah. So the first time you meet her, she's in her corporate power suit, corporate outfit with her hair back, and you see her just tear this guy's company. They do an extremely hostile takeover and buy him out or whatever. I mean, she's ruthless. She's a ruthless businesswoman.
Right.
And so, and that just goes into play because the Duttons, John Dutton basically created his children to be ruthless.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, right?
Yeah, for
sure.
So
you have Beth, who is savage at business and really savvy and understands it. Then you have his son,
Jamie,
who's a lawyer and ruthless with the law and does sketchy shit for that.
They all do sketchy shit.
Well, I know, that's what I'm pointing out. And then you have Casey, who is a trained assassin, right? Because he was,
right.
Yeah, and he's really good with horses, and that's really nice.
And he's easy on the eyes.
Shh. So you have those, and then you have his son that died in the first episode or second episode or something.
Yeah, which obviously that was just part of.
It was part of the story. Yeah,
it's not he didn't really have a lot of background or anything. He's just kind of here's my other son, and he dies.
Yeah, I think he worked with him on the battle or cattle commission or livestock commissioner thing. So he was one of those. But then you have Rip.
And Rip's a whole nother animal.
And he is scary as hell. Just like Beth.
That's what's really interesting because like in a lot of these stories, the opposites usually attract, but Beth and Rip have a lot of similarities in their character, and especially because
they're trauma bonded.
That for sure, but also they don't have any remorse or fear, and they don't.
Well, it's because
they just don't have those things.
They were severely traumatized as children. I mean, severely
right
traumatized. Like they were both responsible for a parent's death, and so. Can you imagine? I can
only imagine. Like,
I can only imagine. Okay, sorry. So, like, I got nerdy. Sorry. But like, Rip is scary as hell. Like, and he's huge. You know what I mean? Like, he's just his personality, his demeanor and everything is just bigger than life, even though he himself is not like a massively big man like The Rock or anything. Like, I would feel more protected by Rip than I would The Rock.
Yeah,
just because that's his like his confidence. It's scary as hell, but like
right.
But what I do love is how Beth and him totally, when they're with each other, they're so incredibly vulnerable and soft.
Oh yeah, especially in season 3 it brings a lot of that out. So with Beth and Rip's relationship, it's really interesting because whenever they're together and they're outside of their element, it's almost like they become very different people. Like Rip's very rough exterior, like his mask he wears every day just like kind of falls off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you see him smile, and you see Beth also, like all of her worries of everything she has to do to protect the family and the ranch, that all falls away, and it's almost like when they're together,
she's allowed to be her soft self.
Yeah, because every other time she has to be tough, and she's been trained and by her father to continue to be tough.
Yeah. You know what I thought was very interesting was how you see the backstory for Beth and how her mom dies.
Yeah, that was super sad.
And how her mom was treating her.
Oh, she was kind of a bitch to her.
Not kind of. She was a total harpy. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, she is ridiculously abusive. Right?
And it was like right after she had her first period, right?
No.
Or was it before that?
So this, like, we see this part of the backstory first, even though it happened later.
Right.
So, and then you see, like, the Christmas morning where it shows Beth having started her cycle. And she's just like sitting there because she's sad because it's in her pants and everything. And her mom comes in and is like, well, I'm going to have to start treating you different.
Right.
Because if I don't, you're not going to be able to live this life, the rancher's life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
you have to be tough.
Yeah. So she was tougher on her than anybody else because she knew if she wasn't, Beth wouldn't be able to handle it.
Right.
Which, you know, that's debatable, but that's the mindset. So, I mean, and that that does not justify mentally and emotionally abusing a child at all. But it does it wears calluses on the soul for sure.
Calcifies the soft soul.
And then you become hard and bitter but then I love Beth's story. I do. I love her story. Like, it's just so complex. How she and Jamie are like, they become first loves or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Not Jamie. Oh, no, not Jamie. Rip. Become first loves.
Oh, and it was...
And then she ended up getting pregnant.
Yeah.
And she asks Jamie to help her.
Yeah.
And he takes her to a clinic where it was required by law that anybody who got an abortion there had forced sterilization.
Yeah.
So he removed any ability for her to have children. I honestly, that like totally put the whole thing in perspective for me, for Jamie and Beth and stuff, and why they hated each other like so bad.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. That, like, I don't know if Jamie would still be alive if he had done that to me. In
Well,
fact,
you're one tough cookie, so.
I'm pretty sure I would have killed him.
Okay. All hypothetical, just so everybody's aware.
I'm talking about a fictional character, Jacob.
I know. What was really interesting also for me in season 3 was when Jamie finds out that he was actually adopted and he isn't actually a Dunton. I was like, whoa. Now,
Well,
there's a lot of,
you could kind of tell because they purposely picked an actor who looked drastically different than any of the other characters.
yeah.
Right? Like Casey, Beth, and John, you can see how they look related. I mean,
Okay.
they're not in real life, but it's believable that they could be related.
I don't think
with the hair
anybody's
color.
related, but yeah, I understand.
You know what
you're
I'm saying? They casted it so that they kind of resembled. It was believable that they were a family, and then they cast Jamie, who has drastically different features
Yeah.
than the others. So it was kind of obvious that he was adopted.
See, Luke Grimes plays Casey Dunton.
Casey or
Casey, yeah.
see, I like Casey. I like Luke Grimes. The guy who plays Jamie, I do not like him as an actor.
Well, and I think they casted him that way on purpose.
No, it's not.
You just don't like the actor's
his acting
portrayal
is
of that
not
character.
believable for me.
Really?
It looks so fake for me. It looks so fake for me. I can't.
I feel like there was definitely a change. I don't know if he just like the camera angles were different or he lost some weight or I don't know what was different about going from season 1, season 2, but there's definitely a drastic difference in his character and the way he's portrayed from season 2 to season 3.
I don't see that because
I
just didn't like him at all from the very first episode.
I thought he was fine.
I'm like, why did they cast him?
I mean, he's definitely not the most likable character out of all of them. I mean,
But
they're
it's
all
not
troubled and they're all...
Okay, would it help? I actually enjoy the character of Jamie. As far as like the complexity and stuff, I just don't feel it from the actor. Like, I watch it and I'm like, he's totally acting. You know what I mean? It's like...
He's totally acting. They're all totally acting.
Yeah, but at least like with some of the others, it's totally believable. Like with Rip, I'm like, oh yeah, like it totally. I'm totally escaped. But then Jamie comes on, and I'm like, oh, he's.
I don't know how I feel about that because like Kevin Costner is.
Oh well, he's not.
Kevin Costner. He's not the most incredibly.
He's a horrible actor.
I don't think he's horrible. I just think he's just an okay actor. I don't think there's any. I think he was probably casted into this for his name.
No, he's a producer.
Oh, he's a producer on the show?
Yes, he's like the main producer.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, and he produced Dances with Wolves. This totally is in what he loves the West and everything. Like, he's done documentaries and stuff about the West. So this totally makes sense for Kevin Costner. However,
Where's the producer stuff in IMDb? Do they not have that here?
I don't know. Just start the credits. You can see it in the credits.
I'll show you a credit.
Ugh. But
Maybe they're at the end? No?
Rips,
He didn't direct anything. Didn't write anything.
he's an executive producer.
Do I look under filming and production?
Oh my gosh, Jacob.
I'm trying to find it now.
Why?
Why? Because I'm interested in that stuff. I apologize. Quite a review this is.
You might get too distracted sitting at the computer.
Maybe. What are your thoughts on rainwater and everything that's going on the reservation?
I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more specific, sir.
Well, their constant focus on basically, their whole, we are going to take the land back and bring it to our people. That sort of stuff. Is it not weird to you?
Okay, don't imitate.
Was I imitating? I did.
Yes,
I mean, it
you
wasn't
were.
a very good imitation.
No, it wasn't. So don't do it.
Okay.
Gosh, I'm like, oh heavens, no. So it makes sense because it was their land before us. Like, I'm not. I get why they would want it.
Okay.
And as you go along, you learn more about that feud and about how that started in season 4.
Oh, between their ancestors, it's like an
Between the Duttons
ancestral
and between
deal.
the Duttons and between the tribe,
Right.
And there's actually a whole origin story now that's starting called 1883 on this, and I'm actually really excited to watch it.
And it has Sam Elliott in it, right?
It has Sam Elliott,
I'm kind of excited about
Tim
that.
McGraw, and Faith Hill, who are married in real life, and they play Mr. and Mrs. Dutton.
That's going to be interesting.
It is, because I don't think I've ever seen Faith Hill act.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Well, I guess...
Watch her be freaking amazing. It's
Well-
not enough that she's blonde, beautiful, and this gorgeous goddess and has an amazing voice. And now she'll be in the show. And if she, I swear she'll probably be one of the best actresses.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be really interesting to see. Because, some people, surprise you. In A Star is Born with Lady Gaga, super surprised. How well she did in that film. So maybe it's going to be one of those things where it's just
Yeah,
oh,
she did
okay, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, whatever. And then everybody's going to watch it and be like, whoa, what is this? What's happening right now?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Lady Gaga did do really good in A Star is Born.
Yeah.
Such a good show.
That was such a great movie. I know it's a remake of a remake of a remake, but,
Oh, I know. They've remade that thing so many times. But
yeah.
I
feel like this is kind of the part that bothers me about this whole story arc is how this is kind of the woke part of Yellowstone. And that is its portrayal of this tribe who's very anti-white man. And they always say the white man stole our land and we will steal it back and we will take it back from him and stuff. That stuff's kind of weird. And I don't know if Native Americans actually, believe that the land was theirs, but they believe that the land doesn't belong to anybody. It's it's a part
Right.
of the world.
we
Mother
have
Earth
no
kind of a deal.
ownership over it. We're just
stewardships of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody really owns it. And
Which
I think
is
that was kind of the
fine.
ideology.
But you know what though? Okay.
But I could be wrong.
So here's the thing. The real I know you think it's all woke and stuff. I don't agree with I agree with the concept of they were here first, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And the way we went about acquiring the land and creating reservations and doing all that stuff it
Was
was
not
not
okay. The
And
way
I'm
that
not
it was done was
excusing
bad.
it at
the
all.
government was bad.
Sometimes I don't like the way they try and put that point across. Like, I don't think they have to go to say it the way they say it sometimes.
Yeah.
But
They could have done it better, in my opinion.
maybe
Like, we
maybe
want
not.
to get the land to return it to our people.
Yeah, I mean they do get very.
It gets pretty woke in some instances. It's gotten a bit better. It's a bit more tame now. But man, the first season I was like, oh my God, here goes white man bad. And I'm just like, could we please move on from this white man bad thing? It's like, can we just get to the story?
Okay. Okay. Jacob.
But you hear what I'm saying.
I do, but I need you to like calm down on that, because there have been plenty of things in the media where we portrayed the Indians as bad or black people as bad and stuff. And so it's been done both ways.
Yeah.
And even though you're not the one, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like,
No, I get it. I understand.
Okay,
I'm just
so-
saying, like, I feel like it could have been done a bit different.
possibly. Yes. What I
that's
do like is how they are bringing attention to the hunted and missing Indigenous women,
Yeah.
because people go onto the reservation and hunt and torture and do horrible, horrible things.
When was the last time you've been to a reservation or driven by one?
Not that long ago. We drove through one to go to Arizona.
Yeah. What's interesting to me, like, is how the government has given like these plots of land and call them reservations for Native Americans to live on. But when you go by them and you kind of look at what it looks like slums. It looks like it's all like very run down homes.
Jacob, but
are not
that's
upkept and
because
stuff like that. It's really sad.
but their standards are different than ours, and that's part of the
Well, that's true.
that's part of
Possibly.
the issue.
I mean, we don't know what other
like,
people are thinking, but
they value the earth and doing things with, like, they value things differently than we do. And that's part of the issue, is because we're sitting there in judgment with our lens of what we deem as livable, or, you know what I mean? And it's not like they definitely deserve whatever they, like, I'm just saying, like, we look at it as something to judge or feel bad about, but to them, maybe that's what they want. But we're looking at it through our filter.
well, this is true. So, one of the characters that I've really enjoyed is Jimmy's character.
Oh my gosh, I was just going to say that. I was going to say he was the dark horse character that I absolutely love.
But before we get into that, let's go ahead and do our halfway point here. We just wanted to let you know that this episode is brought to you just like viewers like you, and we just want to thank you. Hopefully you've earned your support today. You can best help us by hitting that red subscribe button, clicking that damn bell to be notified of our content releases so you don't miss a thing. So thank you so much.
One of the dogs farted.
Oh, they did?
Stinky.
At least I don't think we caught it on camera, but they're very intent on your snacks over there. Look at their ears and the way that they're posed. They're just waiting for the treats. Poor Boomer, he doesn't have any teeth anymore.
He got 4.
He's got 4,
Not
but
much for me.
it's just sad because like, we've tried different like soft foods. He doesn't like them. We've tried wetting his food. He doesn't like it, or he lets it sit in his bowl too long and it gets gross and moldy. So he just likes his regular food, and he just kind of gums it a little bit and swallows it. It's kind of interesting.
Why are we talking about that?
Just because
Okay.
we got on the dogs for a moment. So Jimmy. So Jimmy's character has been really interesting because I feel like he's had a lot of progression over the seasons. And it's really been awesome to see him kind of grow into his own, like kind of happy in his own skin. But it sucks because he gets it all taken away when he gets hurt.
I think we said spoilers, right?
Oh yeah, always spoilers. All of our reviews will have spoilers, and at the end we'll give our score out of 100.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting, like, how the one thing that, like, it literally broke him when they taped him to the horse to have him help break the horse. You remember how they duct taped him to the saddle?
Yeah, because they wanted to break that horse because it was a colt that just did not want to be broken. And so instead of putting somebody else on it, they put one of their hired hands, which is Jimmy. They duct taped him to the horse.
A branded man. He's a branded man.
Yeah. So it's kind of like this little cult that they have. And if you take the brand, then you have everybody's confidence that has that brand, which, of course, Mr. Rip has.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anywho, what's it?
But I felt so bad for him because he was in so much pain for a week or so after. And he couldn't even sit on a horse, and he just fell and started crying. It was just so sad.
Yeah.
But I love how, in the end, the one thing that broke him is the one thing that brought him the absolute joy when he started doing rodeos.
Yeah, riding Broncos and stuff. That was so nuts.
Yeah. And then the girl came in, totally threw him off his game.
Yeah.
She is crazy. His girlfriend is like those, what do they call them? Buckle bunnies or whatever?
No, barrel riders, barrel girls.
No, that's their technical name for the rodeo, but they call them buckle bunnies.
Buckle bunnies is called women. They're kind of like the roadies of the rodeo. Like they'll go and they'll sleep around with the different riders. Yeah. Let me look it up for you. I'll let you talk while I look it up.
Anyway. But, yeah, she's like, I mean, yes, it is. They are the roadies to the rodeo kind of thing. They like, they're the groupies of the rodeo stars. But that doesn't mean that they're not like barrel racers or stuff like that. Anyway, like when she came in the picture, it distracted him so that he fell off the horse and then got all injured and stuff.
Okay, you ready for the Urban Dictionary's definition of buckle bunny?
Oh, heavens.
An individual or pack consisting of at least two women that prowl around rodeos in search of buckle-winning cowboys to sleep with. They typically wear short shorts, mini skirts, low-cut tops, typically flannel or plaid, painted on jeans, and cowboy boots that resemble the high heel shoe. These cowgirl wannabes will often manipulate cowboys with their cleavage and by lying to them about how they're true country girls and how they have a horse, etc., in order to get countrymen interested in getting intimate with them. Basically, they are city girls dressed up as country girls to have a one-night stand with country boys. These women are seen as tramps to true cowgirl country girls.
Weird.
And now you know.
Yeah, because the Urban Dictionary is so dang reliable.
Okay. But anyway, so you were saying?
I forgot.
You were talking about...
I love Jimmy.
Yeah, we're talking about Jimmy and him winning
but the
his
girlfriend
his
is
first
making him
rodeo
do
and stuff.
stupid shit, and it's pissing me off. Because now he's...
Now he's hurt again, and now he can't do anything.
By the way, this is season 4. Can I just say, the cliffhanger they left on season 3, oh my gosh.
Was intense, right?
And I could never... I'm glad, like, that season 4 is already started and gone, like, is going, because if I would have had to wait, I would have been so pissed. So.
I think another interesting character is Walker's character, the singing cowboy who left the ranch.
Oh,
well, Casey.
He's a shit.
Yeah, well, Casey. Okay, so Casey decided not to kill him like they usually do. They send him on the train to what I don't remember. They take him to the train. They basically
him to the train station.
The train station. That's right. The one-way train station, and they basically kill them and they push them off of the cliff. just over the border, so that nobody will find the bodies. It's crazy. But what's really interesting about Casey's character is he only kills in self-defense and if it's right. He doesn't do it just to do it. And so I think that was interesting restraint on his part when he spared his life. But what sucks is he came back, and then instead of killing him, they brought him back in and basically made him do very heinous and terrible things in order for him to basically keep his life. So it's like this whole cult / gang, like cowboy gang.
It's like Sons of Anarchy meets Dallas.
I don't know Dallas, but I know Sons of Anarchy.
Look it up. Look up Dallas.
What do you want to know about Dallas?
Do a YouTube. Go to YouTube and do a Dallas.
YouTube? Why do we want to do YouTube? We can't play it. Is it a TV show?
It's an
or a
old
movie?
TV show. It's like one of the original soap operas, primetime soap operas.
Oh, okay. So, well, it is.
Who
it is,
killed JR?
Okay, it is total soap opera, like gang, like cowboy gang soap opera. Like if we could classify it, that's totally it.
Are you talking about Dallas or Yellowstone?
Yellowstone. I don't know anything about Dallas.
Well, that's the same thing as Dallas.
Okay, well then, good game. We labeled it.
I can't believe I know what Dallas is and you don't. You're only like 18 months younger than me.
I know, but
Gosh, I wish.
here we are. So Jimmy's character, by far one of my favorites. Him and Casey are probably my favorite characters so far.
I will agree. No, Beth. No, Rip.
Beth's scary. Like she's scary. Like she's scary attractive. Like you're just like, oh, she's so hot, but I would never touch her with a 10-foot pole.
That's how she likes it, Jacob.
But she is a redhead, and you know how I feel about redheads.
Blonde.
She's not blonde. She's not
She
blonde.
is blonde.
She is not blonde.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Google or DuckDuckGo. Google, stop.
Is Beth Dutton a blonde?
Hold on, what's her real name? Her real name is Kelly Riley. It's Kelly Riley, a redhead in Yellowstone series.
You could have just typed, is Beth Dutton a redhead?
Oh yeah, I guess that would work too.
That's, oh my gosh.
Shut up. Shush.
Which is literally
Dutton,
what I was trying to tell you.
redhead. Beth Dutton, who is played by another redhead, Kelly Riley.
She is not a redhead.
She's a redhead.
No, she's not.
She's a redhead.
No, she's not.
Redhead. And I'm cool with it.
Of course you're cool with it. You love redheads.
I do. I have an affinity
You
for
have an
redheads.
affinity for scary redheads.
Put her in a ranger uniform and I'm just like, all right, all bets are off. Strong women in like a position of authority with a uniform. I'm not gonna lie, that's very interesting.
So is what you're saying is if I became a cop or something?
Watch out.
Oh heavens.
So what are your thoughts on Monica's character? Casey's wife.
I know who it is. I'm thinking.
Like her, I think what was really interesting for me is her struggle between her culture and her heritage in like
Giving her son
money
a better
and,
life.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, do we live the way we live here? Do we live like the Duntons? It's like,
But she knows. But part of it is she wants to live her heritage and everything.
right.
But
right.
she also knows the danger in living as a Dutton.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Okay, Beth. She is gorgeous. Like
Who, Beth
just-
or
not Beth, sorry, Monica.
Oh, sorry. Before you go any forward, Disney, if you're listening to this, please cast Kelsey Asbile as Pocahontas in the live action Pocahontas film. Period. Enough said. All right, go ahead.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You had to
Totally.
interrupt me to say that.
Yes.
You couldn't have
it
waited.
It was important, Rianne.
No.
Disney needs
it
to know
wasn't.
this. Disney needs to know this.
You could have waited till I was done.
You're right. I could have. I
That
apologize.
was so rude.
I apologize.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you do that again. I probably won't do that. It bugs me. I hate being interrupted. Just so somebody can talk louder and say... Ugh. Anyway, sorry. I hate being interrupted.
I apologize.
It's just... Anyway. Monica, like, the person who plays her, the actress who plays her, is gorgeous. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Now, do I feel that that character is very heavy on the self-righteous virtue signaling? Yes. And that's the character, which, you know,
but not
is
as
what it is.
not
but,
as bad as coming from Mr. Rainwater.
No, I would say her more so.
Her more so, really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, she just, I mean, which is like, I get the points they're trying to make, and I agree with them. I'm not like bashing the points,
Yeah.
but it's just like when it's so overtly like judgy and virtue signaling and stuff, that's hard because it's like you're shutting me down, dude. Nobody wants to be referred to condescendingly, right?
Right.
So that's, I think, what's hard for me with the series is like sometimes it comes off so preachy and virtue signally and everything that it like, I feel like it's missing the mark because it's so much so, it's so overbearing that people are just going to shut off and turn off and miss the points you're trying to make because you're just coming from a place of total judginess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a real thing going on in film right now, you know, both in like streaming series and movies, is that people are trying to make sure that they've checked all their inclusivity check boxes,
Which is not a
which isn't bad, but I feel like a lot of times they're doing it just for the sake of, oh, we need to make sure that, you know, we have everybody represented, and it's like forced into it, and then it doesn't feel right in the storytelling sometimes. I mean, that's just kind of my take on it, but yeah, especially in the first season was like way over the top. I feel like as we went from like season 2 and then to season 3, I feel like they've backed off quite a bit of that, and they've kind of been more reserved on it. And I think that's really important because nobody wants you to preach your opinions and your beliefs through film just to make a point and then throw all of this wonderful characters out the window. It just really bugs me.
Yeah.
Does
So,
it bug you?
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, but the storyline makes sense, and I like how Rainwater and Dutton. Okay. I find it interesting how Rainwater and Dutton often find themselves unlikely allies.
Which is
To
where they're
protect
at
the
in like
land.
season 3 and season 4, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love that.
even in season 2, they became unlikely allies. In season 2, they did too.
Begrudgingly, but
Well,
I
yeah,
feel like
and they
now
still are.
Well, I feel like towards the end of season 3 and now into season 4, I feel like with Rainwater reaching out to Casey and Casey reaching out to them, like, and helping each other out, especially with the search for the girl, especially with protecting themselves from Rourke and all the people from, oh gosh, what was the organization that they have? I can't remember.
I don't know, the big one.
I can't remember right now. But yeah, like it's really interesting how they find themselves like finally getting together and actually being allies. And it's not like, oh, I hate you, or we'll just be allies for now, and then
But it
after
is.
that,
They do
then
say that,
they
Jacob.
go back to that. But it's like,
They say that in there. They're like, we're allies for now. Once this is done, everything goes back. They've said that, like in this.
but not in season 3. Season 3 is just like, hey, I need your help. Okay, we'll help you. Like it's
yeah,
not
with
like
Casey, but he's still at odds with John.
well, that's
And the reason
Yeah,
why
that's
he
true.
knows Casey is because Casey is married to Monica.
this is true.
And Casey had lived on the reservation with Monica and his son. And like because he's married to Monica in ceremony and stuff, there's more of an acceptance there.
Yeah. That does show that's true.
So he does like there is affinity for Casey for sure.
By virtue of the Dutton family because of
Yeah,
that.
so Casey is that link,
Right.
which is so interesting to me. I wonder how that's all going to play out because in season 4 they're setting him up to be governor.
For Casey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Especially with Jamie as the district
General.
attorney or attorney
Attorney
general,
General.
not district attorney. You're right. You're right. And then also he's completely left the Dunton boat. He's just like, peace, guys. Like, you're no longer my family. And it's going to be really interesting if it comes out that if he was actually a part of the hit on the family. I don't know if it will, but it's going to be really interesting if that comes out in season 4. I kind of hope it does because it would make sense.
We just haven't seen all of the episodes yet.
Well, this is true. We're still into barely into season 4, but
Like we watched the first 2 episodes.
yeah, but it's so good.
Crazy.
It's so good. The storytelling is
Speaking
really
of, we
good.
gotta go. We've got to save time so we can watch the 3rd episode tonight.
No, this is true. Yep. So we'll probably wrap this up in just a minute. But I really love the characters. I love the character development. I love the storytelling. And a lot of these secondary characters are really awesome, like Lloyd, like Teeter.
Oh my gosh, I freaking love Teeter.
Freaking love Teeter.
I don't understand a word you're saying.
Colby can't get it, but they end up
Oh
getting
my
together
gosh.
anyways.
It was so funny. She said,
So
we'll work
cute.
on your time. It would have been better if you had sex with me when I had a face. But that's okay. We'll work on your timing. I mean, like,
That was such
seriously.
a classic line for her.
And
oh
like,
my god.
she's like, yeah, it's all good. I just had my face crushed and cut open by a horse, but it's okay. You don't worry about it. I'll help you with your timing. She's so funny. She always has that wad of tobacco, and
Oh,
they're like,
God.
"Where's she from? Texas."
Texas. And by the way, Texas don't like their accent isn't that bad. I mean, we've lived in Texas.
We've lived in some parts. It could be very thick in other parts that we've never
Well,
explored. Texas is a very big state.
Oh, that is
Jacob.
true. That is true.
Very big.
Most states can fit inside it very comfortably. That's a good point.
And if we were to ever live anywhere other than Utah, it would possibly be Montana. But I don't know. With all this talk about property taxes being $11 million on a ranch, I don't know if I
Well-
want to go there. But
Maybe Colorado. Colorado's really beautiful.
no.
Okay. What was that? But anyway.
I'm sorry, but I will only go to red states.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. We are more conservative leaning.
It's not so much about the conservative. It's like the red states are the only ones that are allowing people to really live their lives still.
That's a good point.
And they're
That's a
the
good
ones that are
point.
pushing back on the mandate. And anyway, we're not going to get political.
No,
but
we're not going to
that's-
get into that because this is reviews. We
Yeah.
only do reviews now. So
We only do reviews now? That's all we do?
on our podcast, yeah,
Wait, really?
yeah,
When did that change?
that changed recently. I thought.
Oh, okay.
I guess we need to have our meeting at the beginning of the year and kind of talk about what we want to do. But that's what I thought we were kind of going towards.
Oh, probably.
But anyway, so Rianne, overall, what would you give Yellowstone up to season 3, 1 through 100? Let's put the camera on her. Do 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 do. Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
You love me most days.
Don't make me sound like that. I love you all days.
Aw, thanks, babe. I love you.
I'm
all
only
days,
annoyed
too.
with you some days.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe most days.
Maybe most days.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Well, give us your honest review of this thing. As the puppies.
Oh, they're so cute. I think I'm going to have to give it a 90. A 99.
Wow, that good?
Yeah, I really like it. Even though I hate the guy who plays Jamie. I don't hate him. That's a very strong. I don't care for his acting. Because it is not believable for me.
Okay.
But like overall character complexity, like the strong female leads.
They got some great female leads in this, huh?
Like the fact that the governor is
secondary
a mayor
characters.
or the governor is a woman.
Well, that's not too far off. I mean, there's plenty of governors that are female.
But it's still good to see that the media is portraying more women in roles of power.
Okay, I get that.
Even though some of the mayors and governors that are female currently in our state. But anyway, I like that. I like
that too.
I like how they show how Beth takes her brokenness and channels it to make things happen for the family.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that. It's like,
it's a very
I'm
interesting
broken
part of
as hell and whatever. And like, that's going to be my drive. Like when she got attacked in her office, that was so hard to watch.
That
but
was
it was
really
like
hard to watch.
What the? I mean, and how she was like, "You can't even get it up. I'm not even scared. Yes, I probably won't even feel it." Blah blah, and just like calling out the guy who's about to rape her.
Yeah,
and like he couldn't do it because rape is not about the sexual act itself. It is about exerting power over somebody.
Yep.
And she refused to give him that power in that moment. And I'm just like,
you go, girl.
That would take so much.
Yeah.
And just like, I like how that was portrayed. Not that like it was traumatizing to see her get beat, but I like the fact that it showed a woman who was in a like physically was completely vulnerable and still refused to give up her power.
Yeah.
And to me, I was like, oh,
it was baller for sure.
Yes. Yes. And she's broken as hell, but like she takes that and like
she owns it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She like her little temper tantrums at every family meal kind of drive me insane though.
Yeah, she kind of poo-poos on everything at family dinner, huh?
But it just goes in, like, it just builds into how broken she really is. Like, it just portrays how broken she truly is.
Yeah.
But yet can still kick ass and take names.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I completely know what you mean.
So
I'm gonna have to give it a lower score. Like I'm only.
I know because you don't like other wokeness.
Other wokeness.
Other wokeness.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna give it an 85 out of 100. Yeah, just because the virtue signaling SJW, like woke stuff that's in it.
Jacob, I feel like I'm gonna have friends defriend me because you're.
Why? Because I disagree. Like I don't understand why people would defriend you because I disagree.
Because
with how that's portrayed in film and series.
But
I'm gonna keep pointing it out because I don't like it. Like it.
That's fine. You don't have to like it, but I don't know.
This is gonna be a whole nother conversation.
Social justice warrior,
tonight,
like
sure.
the SJWs, and like you're doing exactly.
Clutching.
But see, that's the thing. Now you're like, it's kind of portraying the same attitude.
Just on the other side.
Yeah,
I get
and
that.
so
I'm being
like,
a little polarizing on it. I get that. I'll accept that. I'll do a little better on that. I'll just say that I disagree with that. How they're portraying those kinds of lines of thinking within this series.
fair enough.
Outside of that, it's pretty awesome. Scenery's beautiful. Sets are beautiful. Every time I see a cabin, I get all giddy. The characters are awesome. The filmography has been really good. I think the filmography in season 3 is a little bit lacking, but for the most part, it's good.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They were camping in season 3.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it is, but every time they put Jamie on, like they just couldn't get a good angle on him for some strange reason. But anyways, that's besides the point.
So is that the only reason why you said the filmography wasn't that great, was because of Jamie?
Well, that's part of it. That's part of it. But no,
Not
it's
enough of a reason.
It's good. It's good.
Anything
else you want to add, babe?
Chicken butt.
And on that note,
Oh, one of my favorite episodes is when they turn the bull loose in the bar.
that was season 2,
Yes.
like towards the end of season 2, I believe.
or
middle.
maybe it was season 1.
I don't know. We watched it like back to back to back, so I don't even know which season stuff happened in some time.
Maybe it was the first part of season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's meet in the middle. Let's say we'll give it a 90 out of 100. How does that sound? We'll meet in
Did
the
you
middle.
give it an 85?
I gave it an 85. You gave it a 99. That's like perfection,
No, it's not.
in my opinion. Well, anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this podcast review on the Yellowstone series on Paramount. You can also stream it live on
92 would be the middle.
92 would be the middle. I'll stick to 90. I like working in 10s and 5s. That's how I like doing it.
That's so vanilla.
But anyways, I'm such a plain bitch. So anyways, if you enjoyed our content, please crush that like button. Share this video with your family and friends. Let's be better humans today than we were yesterday. And from our family to yours, good night.
Night.
Night, dogs.